Hey guys, this is the last part of a three-part video tutorial on making an easy peasy baby blanket. Part 1 is how to knit your tubes. Part 2 is finishing the tube ends and seaming the tubes together. And Part 3 is adding the crochet border. Here's a look at the finished blanket with the border. This border can be added to any blanket that you create with your circular knitting machines. If you want to learn how I make my blankets, I'll link to Part 1 and Part 2 videos below in the description. I'm not an expert, but let me show you what works well for me. So let's get started. The first step is experimenting with hook sizes and stitch counts. I'll be using the white and medium gray colors for my border. I use a variety of crochet hooks. My go-to sizes are between 4mm and 6mm. I don't use the same hooks for all my blankets. I do find that different yarns will require different sizes, and I encourage you to try different sizes to find what works best for you. I start in a corner, and I decided that this gray corner would be the easiest to see, so we'll start there. When working with the side seams, I'll insert the hook under the V-stitch. Start by making a slip knot, and then insert your hook into the corner stitch. Yarn over and pull through, then chain 1. In the same space, insert your hook, yarn over and pull up a loop. Then yarn over again and pull through. This is the first single crochet stitch. My first experiment was using the 6mm hook and single crochet in every stitch. And after the first section, you can see how wavy the border is. This means my hook size is too big, or the number of stitches is too many, or both. So my second experiment is using the 5.5mm hook, and I am single crocheting in every stitch. And you can see by the time I finish the first section here that this resulted in a very wavy finish as well. So my hook size and my stitch count is still too many. So I'm going down to a 5mm hook, and this time I'm going to single crochet for 10 stitches and then do a decrease, and then another 10 single crochets and another decrease, and so on. And you can see how this looks in the end. We're getting closer to what we want, but we're still not there. So I go down to a 4.5mm crochet hook, and I'm doing 5 single crochet and then a decrease. And you can see that even with this combination, I'm still a little bit wavy, more than I would like. So this is how you would experiment with hook sizes and stitch counts. The first row around is called a foundation row. This row will consist of single crochet stitches. This will even out the shape going all the way around the blanket. So I've done a lot of experiments, and I found the best combination for me is the 4.5mm hook, which I've been using, and I will make 2 single crochets and then 1 decrease. To make a decrease, insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop, then insert your hook into the following stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop, then yarn over again and pull through all 3 loops. And I'll continue to repeat that pattern of 2 single crochet and 1 decrease to the opposite end. Here's another decrease. Insert into the next stitch, pull up a loop, insert into the following stitch, pull up a loop, and pull through all 3. One thing to consider, if your decorative row pattern, starting with row 2, requires a certain stitch count, you will want to pay attention to your stitch count now and adjust as necessary. And you can see here this pattern is nice and flat, there's no waviness. I know I've got the right combination here. So I'll continue to work in this pattern, and I will meet you at the corner. When you reach the corner, you may not be able to finish the repeat sequence. That is okay. So here I have one stitch left where I should make a decrease. Instead, I'll make my corner stitch. At the corner, I'm going to make 3 single crochet in the corner stitch. Okay, this is what's going to help you move around the corner and it won't pucker. For the slip stitch edge, sometimes I will switch hooks to the 4mm and sometimes I'll continue with the repeat pattern of 2 single crochet and 1 decrease. This is going to depend on the yarn that you're using and how tight or loose your knitting is off the machine. For this blanket, making a single crochet in every stitch works perfectly. So you can place the single crochet in the top of the V-stitch, or you can place it in between the V-stitches. And I happen to like it in between, and I go right up underneath the top stitch. So this is where I will be placing my single crochets, going in between every stitch all the way across. I want to take a second to thank Kathy B. She was so helpful by sharing her expertise with me that I'm now confident in sharing with you what works well for me. Thank you, Kathy. When I reach the corner, I'll make 3 single crochet in the corner. After the corner stitches, I'll continue with the same repeat pattern as the opposite side. So 2 single crochet and 1 decrease. And then in the corner, I'll do 3 single crochet. I've made my way almost all the way around and I'm just about ready to slip stitch to join with the beginning. So I'll finish with the 3 single crochets in the corner. Then we're ready to slip stitch to join. Insert the hook into the top of the first single crochet, then yarn over and pull through, then chain 1. That completes our foundation row. Next we'll be adding our decorative border, so I'm switching over to a 5mm hook. I'm making half double crochet in each stitch. To make a half double crochet stitch, yarn over and then insert into the stitch. Yarn over and pull up a loop. You should have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over again and pull through all loops. So one more time, we'll yarn over, insert your hook into the stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop. You'll have 3 loops. Yarn over again and pull through all 3 loops. So make a half double crochet in every stitch till you reach the corner. In the corner, make 3 half double crochets. I have worked my way all the way around and I'm back to the beginning. We will slip stitch to join these together. So insert your hook under the first stitch, yarn over and pull through. For rows 3 and 4, we're going to change to our medium gray color. The stitch that is on my hook is the slip stitch from the previous row. So I'll add the new color by chaining 1 with the new color. Now I can begin row 3, which is half double crochet in every stitch and 3 half double crochets in each corner. So we're basically repeating row 2 but with a new color. At the end of row 3, you will slip stitch to join and then continue with half double crochet in every stitch and 3 half double crochet in every corner for row 4. And I'll meet you back here at the end of row 4. To finish the border, we'll use an invisible join and then secure and barrier tails. Make a slip stitch to join. Insert your hook into the first stitch, yarn over and pull through. Now I'm going to cut my working yarn and then continue to pull that tail all the way through. Then we'll do an invisible join where my tail is currently coming out. I'm going to go over into the second stitch, and then I'll insert it into the same spot that the tail is coming out of. This is going to create kind of a false stitch here, and it makes that join invisible. Now I can weave in the tail ends. To summarize adding a crochet border, I encourage you to experiment with hook sizes and stitch counts to achieve the best possible border. Create a single crochet foundation row and decrease stitches as necessary. Then add your decorative rows. And finally, create an invisible join before securing and burying the tails. This easy peasy blanket pattern is now in my Etsy and Ravelry shops. It includes this baby size along with a throw and 3 bed sizes. If you haven't seen part 1 or part 2, you can find the links here. Thanks for watching.